So this is the M1 Garand. This one was made in 1945, and the collector that I got it from redid the woods. That's why she looks a little fancy. Okay. There is an end block in the chamber, 8-round clip. So whenever you pull back, it goes like that. Most iconic noise ever. I love this thing. Chambered in 30-06. It can pick off an enemy from about a mile away if you're good enough with it. And the loader back, you just slide that end block right in there and slam her home.
Cool beans.
That's called Grand Thumb right there. That will happen if you ain't a little careful with it. But
oh yeah.
This is the 1903 Springfield rifle, primarily used in World War I. The Marine used it for a while in World War II because they did not feel comfortable accepting the M1 Garand's use.
Garand. The M1 Garand was a little too fancy for them.
So they kept this. They didn't particularly like it because of the peep sights. It's a bolt action. You can actually cycle this faster than a Garand if you're good with it. It's really self-explanatory, but yeah.
Okay.
And down here we got 2 carbines. Easiest way to tell the difference between the M1 and M1A1 is the folding stock. So this one was primarily used by paratroopers, and what they loved it for was it was small, compact, and it could fold up, sit right on your side, and you ain't got to worry about losing that thing.
Okay.
It came from the idea of 1911, which if you want to take that.
Now the 1911 won 2 world wars, as we say.
I have a folding stock.
Yeah. There's tons of safety measures with the 1911, and it's a great pistol for its 45 ACP. One of the safety measures that they took is to put this. Now, to be ready to shoot it, you have to push down on that to make sure you have a good grip. Of course, you have safety, and then you can put this in half cock or full cock, and then when it's not loaded, you just put it back where it was.
It can hold a 7-round magazine, and then you can put an 8th one with the chamber.
Okay. Okay. Cool beans, cool beans.
Yeah, as I was showing, this one folds right up. It sits right here beside you. See, I prefer the Garand because I'm a little bit bigger, but for someone his size, this is going to work a whole lot better for him. It's small, compact, and you can get the job done just as well as the Garand.
Okay.
The carbine was made by a felon. He had 3 counts of murder, and this is a North Carolina gun. He created it in a prison in North Carolina, under heavy watch.
They had a competition to replace the 1911 for supplies, truck drivers, stuff like that, because whenever they were engaged, 1911 did not hold up too well against rifles. So they wanted to have something that was still small, compact, but still could pack a punch enough to where they could defend themselves.
Now, being smaller for paratroopers helped a lot with weight. They could also use this to eliminate a German and pick up their weapon if they deemed it better. But the standard for officers and infantry of the M1 carbine was just the standard M1 carbine, not the M1A1 carbine. This has a full furniture wood stock, and it same workings except it does not have a pistol grip, and of course does it have a folding stock.
15-round mag compared to the 8 here, so you're about doubling your ammunition at the time.
Okay. Now the one on the bottom.
So
good old Thompson.
This is the M1A1 Thompson. This is an airsoft replica. Now this was used for a majority of the war. They tried to they were replacing it with a grease gun. The grease gun was way cheaper.
Was a whole lot cheaper. In production easiness, this is 10 times harder to produce than the grease gun. They could probably
Cost around $50 for the M1A1. The grease gun, like,
out for a nickel. Just about. But
the grease gun was, of course, stamped metal, so they produced it faster too.
Okay.
No.
No, we do not.
We have another 82nd Airborne unit that has a guy with the grease gun. And then we don't do any machine guns in our unit. We're actually, one of our guys who does German reenacting too, just got a belt-fed machine gun.
Our main goal is communications, and we're going to kind of be in front of the machine guns, and then other units, they would come along with us and support us. So we were kind of the bait, effectively. We were sent out to draw enemy fire while they were able to find enemy target and neutralize it.
When you say grease, is that grease like a lubricant or grease like the country?
It actually,
Grease like a lubricant.
the reason why they named it the grease gun is because it looked like a tube of grease, like a
Have you
grease
seen a
gun.
caulk? Yeah. It was very rudimentary. It was redneck, I'd say, but it replaced that to a certain degree costly. So you're supply and demand, basically.
Also, this had really high rate of fire, and the recoil was pretty uncontrollable. The grease gun had a lower rate of fire, fired the same caliber bullet, and you didn't have as much recoil as the Thompson, so more controllable. And it was also better in humid and muddy conditions.
Which is why the Marines took a very good liking to it during the city.
Now, the British had a variant of this too. It's different. They used sometimes a drum mag. In some photos, you'll see a drum mag.